Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the ESPN NFL 2K5 Eagles Franchise Dynasty run. We've got week 2 against the 1-0 Minnesota Vikings, a high-powered offense against this elite defense. We will see how Minnesota does traveling on the road to Philadelphia for this week 2 matchup. Vikings, Eagles. Hello everyone, and welcome to Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We have a beautiful evening for football tonight, and we're looking forward to this matchup in Week 2 between the Minnesota Vikings visiting those Philadelphia Eagles. This is a matchup of two 1-0 teams, two teams with high hopes for the playoffs and beyond this year, two teams with the best wide receivers in the games with Terrell Owens and Randy Moss on the other side of the ball. But without further ado, let's get to that coin toss. The Vikings choose tails. Let's see how it goes for them. The coin comes up heads, and the Eagles will receive to start the game. 1st and 10 from the 26. Brian Westbrook getting the first carry of the day, takes it to the right side for 5 yards, met by Chavis on that right side. 2nd and 5 now, Buckhalter's turn. He takes it up the middle for 4 yards. 3rd and 1 now, John Ritchie trying to finish off the trifecta and gets stopped at the line by Henderson for no gain. Eagles go 3 and out on their first drive of the series. 1st and 10 from Minnesota 38. Culpepper pass right side to Marcus Robinson, hauled in for 23 yards. Marcus Robinson, get used to that name. You are going to be hearing it a lot today. 1st and 10 from the Philadelphia 39. Culpepper passes it to the right side for who else but Robinson for 5 yards, runs out of bounds to the right side, and it is dropped by Jeff Dugan from that pass from Culpepper on that 3rd and 3 play. McNabb now on the 1st and 10 from the 20. He is sacked by Kevin Williams for a loss of 3 yards. 2nd and 13 now. McNabb passes it to Todd Pinkston. Incomplete, hit just as he gets the ball to him. And then 3rd and 13, McNabb passes it to Freddie Mitchell. It's deflected away by Brian Williams, and the Eagles go 3-0 to give it right back to the Vikings. 1st and 10 now from the Philadelphia 43. Culpepper sending Bennett in motion. Takes the snap, looks around, and sends it to pass to Bennett on the flat, who receives it and is tackled quickly by Nate Wayne, a gain of 2 yards on the play. 2nd and 8, Culpepper throws it to the right side, just outside of the hands of his receiver, incomplete. 3rd and 8, Culpepper looking for Randy Moss this time, tosses it deep. A flag is thrown on the play. Randy Moss hauls it in, is tackled by Jones. The call on the play will be an illegal forward pass. Of course, we would take that, but Minnesota would quickly challenge, and their challenge would be successful. You can see here in the replay, is just behind the line as he goes to throw it. Moss, as he does, makes a miraculous catch, and the play is good for 34 yards, and the Vikings are 1st and goal on the 7-yard line. The Vikings very happy with the call. 1st goal on the 7. Culpepper sending Bennett in motion again. Looks around and sends the ball to the flat again, this time finding Robinson. Yet again, his 3rd catch already in the first quarter, complete for 2 yards. 2nd and goal, Culpepper fires to the right side again, and this time Dhani Jones says cookies and is headed for the other end of the field. He has linemen in pursuit, but we don't think anyone is going to catch him. To the end zone, Dhani Jones takes it all the way back for a 99-yard interception for a touchdown, and the Eagles find themselves up 7-0. 2nd and 9, Bennett gets just another 1-yard gain, and on 3rd and 8, Culpepper passes to Robinson, a rare bobble and drop from Robinson on the 3rd and 8 throw. The Eagles take back over at their own 29. Westbrook runs to the right, has some open field, jukes out of one tackle, and is taken down by Winfield for a gain of 10 yards. 2nd and inches now. Buckhalter takes it for the 1st down and a few more, gets 3 yards on the play, is taken down by the team of Thomas and Carter, and the Eagles have a 1st down. Now from the 42, McNabb fakes the handoff, throws it deep for Pinkston, who has a step behind his defender, has it, and he is gone. A ton of space in front of him, and Pinkston is in the end zone for a 58-yard touchdown, passes the ball to a grateful fan, and the Eagles are putting on a show for their hometown field and are up 14-0 here in this first quarter. 1st and 10 now. Culpepper passes to Robinson, complete for 17 yards. Brown on the takedown. Brown gets a lot of tackles this game because he did a bad job of covering Robinson. Here's another example. Culpepper, 1st and 10 on the 49, passes to Robinson. This one's complete, and he has some room in front of him. Gets pushed out of bounds by Brown. 38-yard gain on the play from the pass to Robinson. The Vikings do have some life. They are feeling some energy on the sideline. There's still plenty of time for them to get back in this game. 1st and 10 now. Culpepper this time is sacked by Jeremiah Trotter, back from injury and back with a bang. Gets the sack for a loss of 4, and that is going to take us to the end of the first quarter with the Eagles on top big time, 14-0. Start of the second quarter. Just because it's a new quarter does not mean that the sack party is over. Ndukwe Kalu comes through for a loss of 3 yards on the sack on Culpepper. After 2 sacks in as many plays, 3rd and 17, Culpepper looking end zone, flies it up there. Brian Dawkins deflects it away, and we have a 37-yard field goal opportunity. Elling takes it, swings it to the left, and misses it wide left. No good, and the score remains 14-0, Eagles on top. Eagles taking over from the 28. McNabb throws it to the right side, and Claiborne makes an athletic play to deflect that one away. 2nd and 10. Westbrook carries it to his favorite side, the right side, breaks a couple of tackles, jukes a couple of tackles, and makes a 5-yard gain out of it. 3rd and 5, McNabb rolling to his left, looking for T.O. over to that left side. It is in his hands, but he's tackled as he gets the ball, and it is incomplete. 1st and 10 now. Culpepper passes to Robinson, complete for 14 yards. Dawkins gets the tackle. There is pass interference on the play, but it is declined by the Vikings. This time, Culpepper finds Robinson again for 24 yards, and Michael Bennett runs it to the right side, finds some blocks, loses a tackler, and runs it into the end zone. Those Vikings have some life, and with the touchdown, are only down 7-14 with plenty of time left in this second quarter. The Eagles trying to answer back. Ritchie runs it up the middle for just 1 yard. 2nd and 9. McNabb this time is going to find Owens over the middle, who hauls it in for a gain of 17 yards. 1st down, Eagles, and T.O. has his first catch of the day. 1st and 10 from the 45. To the right side is going to manage 3 yards out of it with the tackle from Kelly there. That was Buckhalter on the run. 2nd and 7. McNabb throws it over the middle to Chad Lewis. Good for the catch. A good, hearty 17-yard gain on the play. 1st and 10. This time, Westbrook's taking it to the right side. Jukes a tackle, spins out of a tackle, gets 3 yards out of nothing. Kelly there on the play. 2nd and 7. Westbrook taking it again up the middle, sheds 1 tackle, stretches out for a gain of 6 yards. And on the 3rd and 1, Buckhalter does what he does and gets that 3rd down conversion for a gain of 2 yards. 1st and 10 now. McNabb looking big gain for Pinkston again. Pinkston hauling the ball in again, this time for a gain of 23 yards as he is pushed out of bounds. And the crowd at Lincoln Financial is absolutely rocking here in this first half. 1st and 10. McNabb's pass to Owens, hauls it in, tries for the end zone, doesn't quite make it. A 2nd and inch situation. Westbrook takes it up the middle. No one touches him as he charges in for the 3rd touchdown in the first half for the Philadelphia Eagles, and they are up 21-7. Almost into halftime here. The Eagles crowd celebrating heartily. Westbrook well represented and well loved here by this Eagles crowd, and these Eagles must be feeling good heading into halftime, up big on these Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings hoping to answer back before the half is over. Bennett gets the toss to the right for 5 yards, taken down by the team of Brown and Lewis. This time the backup, Mo Williams, will run it up the middle on the draw play for 7 yards. Donnie Jones there on the tackle. 1st and 10 now. Bennett running it up the middle for 4 yards. Jones there again on the tackle. The Vikings take their first time out. 2nd and 4. Culpepper passing to Nate Burleson for 4 yards. Shepard was on him quickly there, and the Vikings taking another timeout. Culpepper on the 3rd and inches, passes to Robinson, complete, gets a few more yards out of it. Lito Shepard takes him down again. 14 yards on the gain. The Vikings taking their final timeout of the half. 1st and 10 inside of Philadelphia territory. Culpepper this time gets a pass deflected by Sheldon Brown. Honestly, might be the only pass that he got his hands on all game. 2nd and 10. Culpepper passes right side, incomplete. All air. 3rd and 10. Culpepper pass to Robinson, gets him again. 8-yard gain, rolls out of bounds. And on the 4th and 2, 51-yard field goal by Elling. I don't know why they thought he was going to make that one. It is no good, well short, and we will take it into halftime with the Eagles with a commanding lead, 21-7. Let's see if they can hold on to this lead throughout the rest of the game, and if this elite defense will stand as elite as they normally do. Quickly taking a look at the stats at halftime, the passing yards are actually in favor of the Vikings as well as the running yards. They have more total yards, not as much time of possession. That one turnover, the 99-yard touchdown interception by Tahani Jones, was absolutely killer to the Vikings in that first half. Otherwise, they're playing well. Let's see if they can put it together for more points in the second half. After the run from Bennett, Culpepper finds his favorite guy of the day, Robinson, up the middle for 12 yards. Brown, a step behind him, gets the tackle anyway. 1st and 10 on the 33. Culpepper passes it to Bennett on the flat, gain of 3. 2nd and 7 now. Bennett bounces it to the outside. Lewis and Dawkins are there to hawk him and take him down for just 2 yards on the gain. 3rd and 5 now. Culpepper looking for Kelly Campbell on the throw, gets it to him on the hook route, 6-yard gain. Brown smacks him, but still a first down. Bennett takes the carry here up the middle for 1 yard. Nate Wayne on the tackle. 2nd and 9. Bennett on the counter, sheds Michael Lewis there, jukes out of another one, and he gets a 15-yard gain. Sheldon Brown taking him down from behind there. 1st and 10 on the 38, Philadelphia territory. Culpepper passes to Robinson again, complete for 15 yards. The rookie Ware on the tackle. Bennett gets the toss to the right side. Jeremiah Trotter is there for just 1 yard on the gain. 2nd and 9 now. Man rolling to his right side. Bennett getting the delayed handoff and is smacked big time by Tahani Jones for a loss of 3 on the play. Culpepper this time looking for Randy Moss, the big boss. Only his second catch of the day, complete for 16 yards. 1st and goal, Culpepper passes to his guy Robinson, who this time sneaks into the end zone to just put a big sweetener on his day. If you have this guy in fantasy, you are having a fantastic day today. It is now 14-21. The Vikings still trying to sneak into it. After the first down pass to T.O., complete for 9 yards, Westbrook only gets a loss of 2 yards out of the sweep, and then Claiborne is there on the linebacker blitz to sack McNabb for a loss of 6 yards, and then McNabb, forcing the pass to the right side, gets it tipped up, and Terrence Shaw takes it away on the interception, and the Vikings are suddenly looking like they have life again with the ball getting right back into their hands, and they are only down by 1 touchdown. The crowd starting to feel a little nervous, as we know those crowds in Philly like to feel nervous when it feels like that game might be slipping away slightly. The Vikings taking over from the Minnesota 43. Bennett runs it to the left side for 3 yards. Lito Shepard there for the tackle. 2nd and 7. Culpepper passes it to Robinson. Again complete for 20 yards. Nate Wayne there to force him out of bounds. 1st and 10 on the Philadelphia 33. After the big gain, Bennett grabs it this time for a run of no gain. Nate Wayne right there on the tackle. 2nd and 10. Mo Williams this time the backup. Another big draw to the left side this time for a gain of 12 yards. Michael Lewis there potentially saving a touchdown from the Vikings. 1st and 10 from the Philadelphia 21. Bennett runs it to the left side, and Nate Wayne has been a Bennett stopper today, only a gain of 1 yard. 2nd and 9. Culpepper throws it to the right side. Tyrone Williams this time is there to deflect the pass. Incomplete. 3rd and 9. Throws it to his right. This time Sheldon Brown, I was wrong, has his second pass deflection of the day. A 37-yard field goal by Elling this time is good, and the Vikings are sniffing that lead, only down 17-21. 1st and 10 from the Philadelphia 20. Westbrook up the middle for 2 yards, met there by Chavis, and we head into the fourth quarter. Like we just said, the Eagles up on the Vikings just barely, 21-17. 2nd and 8 now. McNabb sees some open field up the middle, scrambles for 8 yards. Chris Claiborne there for the tackle. And on 3rd and inches, Buckhalter does what he does, which is get just enough yardage to get the first down. On 1st and 10, McNabb, feeling the pressure, rolls out to his right, tries to dive for the first down, absolutely risks his brain, and gets another short yardage situation for Westbrook to convert for another Philadelphia first down. Buckhalter running to the left side, stretches out for a gain of 8 yards. Carter barely stopping him there. On 2nd and 2, Westbrook gets a good block, runs up the middle for 4 yards, another first down. The Eagles are rolling yet again. Buckhalter on the counter, has some space to his left, gets met by Davis, could have followed the blocks a little bit better. 2nd and 7. Westbrook taking this carry, only gets 1 yard. Hovan there for the stop. 3rd and 6, big third down here. McNabb throwing to his trusty Terrell Owens, hauls it in complete for 16 yards, and the Eagles are getting dangerously close to another score here in late in the fourth quarter. And the Eagles celebrating as they do. The camaraderie is high on the sideline here at Lincoln Financial. John Ritchie gets some daylight this time, runs up the middle for 7 yards, sets up a 2nd and 3 for Westbrook, who sheds a defender there to get up the middle for 5 yards for a first down. Claiborne, the one getting credited for the tackle. Another fresh set of downs for the Philadelphia Eagles from the 12. Buckhalter, bouncing off of one of his guards, runs to the left for 1 yard. Carter on the tackle, and now that we're inside of that 2-minute warning, the Vikings take their first timeout. Ritchie gets another carry, runs over a defender, gets 5 yards out of it. Vikings take their second timeout. 3rd and 4, Westbrook takes it again. This time gets hit by Winfield early in the backfield for a loss of 1 yard on the play, but the Vikings do have to take their final timeout, and David Akers, this is a chip shot for him, hits the 24-yarder, and with only 1 minute and 44 seconds to go, let's see if the Vikings can put together a game-winning drive. Now, we don't usually show you punts or kickoffs, so you know that this kickoff return is going to be something special. When we were playing it in the moment, we got a little nervous that it was going to be a big one, but it's still a big one regardless, 30-yard gain. And then Culpepper decides to use his legs for almost the first time all day, scrambles up the middle for a big gain of 20 yards. And on that first down, I was very concerned with doubling Robinson and not Moss, and Javon Curse, the freak, finally comes through, getting his first sack of the season. And then Corey Simon steps up for a huge pass deflection at the line. Our two best defenders on that defensive line coming up big time in these final moments of the game. 3rd and 13, Culpepper looking for his best receiver, not Robinson, Randy Moss, just incomplete over the middle. And on 4th and 13, the pass to Bennett on the right side flat is incomplete, and the Eagles take home their second victory of the season here at home against a great Minnesota Vikings team. They put up a wonderful fight, but McNabb will take the knee, and the Eagles will walk away victorious from this one, 24-7, a great win under the Eagles' belt, and their undefeated streak remains intact. We can call it an undefeated streak now that it's 2-0, and the team will celebrate heading into week 3, looking to keep that streak going against the rest of the NFL. That's going to do it for us here at Lincoln Financial Field. We thank you for coming out. Let's take a look at the final stats before we head out. Again, the Vikings did win in the stats category, both in total yards, rushing yards, and passing yards. We did have more time of possession, only 1 turnover apiece, although our 1 turnover did lead directly to a touchdown with the pick 6. McNabb was 7 for 12 for 157 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Not a good day by any means, but he didn't really hurt us, and he did get a couple of good runs on his own. Westbrook did have the lone rushing touchdown, 13 attempts for 41 yards. Again, not the best day at the office, but a win is a win, and he is splitting that time with Correll Buckhalter. So you're going to get what you're going to get. Todd Pinkston had a touchdown today with his 2 receptions, that big 58-yarder with the touchdown, that breakaway speed really doing something for us there. T.O. had 4 receptions for 59 yards, a solid option. And you can see there, Robinson, 202 yards. That was something special. And Dahani Jones was our big defensive player of the game, probably our player of the game with that pick 6 for a touchdown. He had 5 tackles in total if you count assists. We're going to talk about this later, but I like to count assists and tackles all together since my tackle numbers are going to be lower in the simulation than what the game is going to spit out in the simulation. But all in all, a solid showing from the Philadelphia Eagles today. We're going to look forward to week 3 next week against those Detroit Lions. Ironically, the series that we're doing on our rebuild for. So we do have high hopes that we're going to get a W out of the Detroit Lions, considering that I'm in season 1 of a rebuild for them as well. So be sure to check that series out if you haven't checked out my Detroit Lions rebuild yet. But that was week 2 of this Philadelphia Eagles NFL 2K5 franchise. Please like, comment, and subscribe on this video. Thank you for hanging out. I'm Peanuts 24/7, and I am signing off for now. We'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.